failure mode and effects analysis. So this is the final tool of our sourcing risk management and mitigation. So this tool here helps us figure out the priority of our risk and some recommended actions that we're going to do once we fill it out completely. So what you see on the screen now can be done in Excel. There's actual forms you can use, but essentially you're just breaking it down. So we have our process here. So you may want to do this on a process map. Receive good quality products from suppliers. That's the process. That also says what you're hoping to get. But let's say your potential failure mode, you have products not received, or you have products in poor quality, or you have products received late. So these are all the potential failures that can happen with receiving good quality products from your supplier. Because if you receive good quality products from your supplier, there's no failure. So you don't need to include that one. So our next column is potential effects. What is the effect of the potential failure mode? Well, if we don't receive the products, our manufacturing line is going to shut down. If the products are received in poor quality, well, we have to rework the products or request new products, and it also results in a line shutdown. And then the products received late also result in a line shutdown. So now we need to evaluate the severity of these potential effects. Well, a line shutdown. Well, that's an 8 according to this chart. Reworking and requesting new products and a line shutdown is a 6. But receiving products late, which results in a line shutdown, is only a 5. So these are the severity that they've already indicated. All right, so now let's look at the potential causes of this failure mode. So products not received, there's 3 possible causes that they have here. And you can have 1, you can have 10. So the causes are as many as you want and how detailed you want to get. Don't go over detailed though, because it's not going to help you any more than putting down the main ones. So a potential cause for products not being received. The purchase order was not received by the supplier. And then we have a likelihood of that occurring as a 2 out of 10. Well, production challenges at the supplier. Okay, that's rated as a likelihood of 4. And then a potential cause of the trailer got stolen, that's why the products were not received, as a 1. So that's extremely unlikely to happen. And you can see the rest of them, so I won't go through the rest of them. But we've rated those. So what can we do to control these potential causes? Well, we can't control anything if the supplier does not receive the purchase order. So there's no control there. But we can do site visits when there's to help reduce the production challenges at the supplier. And we have no control if the trailer got stolen. So the detectability, well, we can detect 4 out of 10 times, or 4 out of 10, that the purchase order was not received by the supplier. And through site visits, we can detect the production challenges at the supplier, so that's an 8. And then we can't really detect the trailer got stolen, so they rated it a 2. All right, so here comes in some math here. So we have our risk priority number. So as you see, the purchase order not received by the supplier has a risk priority number of 64. That's 8 times 2 times 4. Let me bring out a laser pointer here. So we have the 8 times the 2 times the 4, which equals 64. And then for this next one, production challenges at supplier, that's the 8 times the 4 times the 8, which equals 256. And you would do that the same for all of them moving down. So recommended actions. How can you mitigate this? Well, the priority number, the higher the number, the higher the priority in this case. So we have, looking at this chart, production challenges at the supplier received a risk priority number of 256. So the recommended actions they came up with was supplier development. So that is one that you would start with first. If you were to go through and identify things, this is one that you would do first. The next one would be 160, which is enforcing the policy of changing the order on short notice. So they have a policy to limit change requests. So you need to enforce that policy. So, and then we can get all the way down to 16, which is the trailer got stolen, which there was no control. And the only thing we really should do is ask the carrier to use a safer route. You know, maybe they should not be stopping at certain truck stops. Maybe they should use major highways instead of back roads. Or maybe go, avoid certain towns. All these different things can be recommended on using a safer route. Now, I hope you understand this failure mode and effect analysis. It's not a complicated tool. It's just thinking about what possibly could happen and then rating it. The ratings, the severity, the likelihood of occurrence, and detectability, that's probably the hardest part here. Because if you're using a 0 to 10 scale, well, what's a 5? What's a 7? What's a 3? You have to determine this. And this is not usually done by one person. It's usually done by a team. So you can get multiple people to give input on the severity, the likelihood of occurrence, detectability, and there might even be more potential failure modes than the 3 that are listed here. So this was topic 5, our sourcing risk, and how we can mitigate that. So out of all these tools, my favorite is this failure mode and effect analysis, because it's easy. You can read this and understand it and just do the recommended actions. Now this is a team effort where you come up with this. So I hope you've learned a lot from topic 5 and some tools that you can use in almost any field. This tool right here, this failure mode and effects analysis, you can use in management information systems. They use it quite a bit. You can use it in accounting, you can use it in marketing. There's all sorts of different uses for this. And some industries modify this to better fit that field. So I look forward to talking to you in the next video.